We watched the U.S. women's gymnastics team win its first Olympic gold medal since 1996. Before the Fab Five came the Magnificent Seven, who 16 years ago set a standard of performance that every American team since has tried to match. And though each of the seven gymnasts played an indispensable part in their unlikely Olympic victory, they're largely remembered for a single moment. Meredith Vieira looks back.
Kerri Strug, it is up to her. She knows what to do. She will know when she is ready.
For all eyes to be on me, all the pressure there on this last vault, faltering in the past, my life was forever changed.
4 years before Atlanta, Kerri Strug was the youngest competitor at the 1992 Barcelona Games. U.S. coach Bella Caroli, also her personal coach, characterized her as nervous and frail, lacking a champion's confidence.
Yeah, no, step on the dismount. Just can't know where those can.
Look at her. She's glad to have that over with. It was the baby and the little mouse. Everybody called her the baby, including myself.
For me, competing was tough. I didn't have the mental strength that a lot of the other gymnasts had, that self-confidence.
Strug missed qualifying for the Olympic all-around by the slimmest possible margin.
Oftentimes, your failures are what kind of catapults you forward. It was a long road, to say I'm going to be committed to 4 more years in hopes of attaining my goal of winning an individual medal.
In August of 1994, Strug appeared at a qualifying competition in California. It was a halfway point between games, and Strug was fighting to maintain her place as a top Olympic contender. The fall left her with stress fractures in 2 vertebrae, and concerns her career was over. Strug would recover, but as the Atlanta Games approached, she was still struggling with a crisis of confidence. So when Bella Caroli came back from retirement, she returned to his camp, believing his bold, unforgiving approach was the only way to rehabilitate her Olympic hopes.
With Bella, you knew that you were doing everything within your power to be the best that you possibly could. And, on a daily basis, I did not like the man. He was not nice, but he's not supposed to be a father figure, and he's not supposed to be my friend. He's my coach. He's supposed to get the best out of me as an athlete.
But Strug was not the star at Caroli's gym. She was overshadowed by a precocious newcomer, 14-year-old Dominique Moceanu, whose potential had lured Caroli back to the sport.
Sometimes it affects me, when you feel that you're putting in all the effort and all the work just as hard as someone else, and they're getting all the attention and notoriety. We pushed each other to be better. We may not have been the best of friends at that time in our lives, but we needed each other.
So a budding prodigy and shy veteran trained side by side, already on course for what would become, for many, the defining moment of the Atlanta Games. On July 23, 1996, 7 teenage girls entered the Georgia Dome before the biggest crowd ever assembled to watch a gymnastics event.
People were chanting, USA! It was just this overwhelming emotion that we can do this. We have done all the work. We have been through it all. This is our night.
The crowd's enthusiasm could not silence a cold fact. The U.S. had never won this event at the Olympics, and the Soviets had never lost. The Russian team inherited that streak and expected to win. Entering the final, they held a slight lead over the Americans.
She needs to put in a great exercise to start with Team USA. All right. I just remember Casey, though, nailing the set of her life, and I knew, all right, she set the tone. Let's live up to it.
Casey Phelps, that's the American golf for strong start.
rotation, the U.S. had overtaken first place.
The Americans are hot. They are very hot.
When you're hearing that intensity of the crowd just going nuts after each routine, it gets louder and louder. You're feeling it.
Dominique Moceanu, and I will tell you that if she nails this place will come apart.
Get ready to have some fun. This is called Devil Went Down to Georgia.
During Moceanu's floor performance, Oksana Liapina faltered on the beam. Later, Russian coach Leonid Arkayev would say that the cheers from the pro-American crowd were so loud, it was like his gymnasts were being blown off the apparatus.
Конечно, болельщики вели себя очень шумно, я бы даже сказала, не очень прилично по отношению к другим, и все должны выступать на равных. Но я бы очень хотела пожелать нашим болельщикам вот так болеть за своих.
Kerri Strug was the final competitor of the third rotation. She posted the highest score of the night, expanding her team's formidable lead. With only the vault remaining, the gold medal was America's to lose.